In this video, we're going over the toolbar. It's a continuation. We're going to start with rectangle, dropper, gradient, and knife tools. This is the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th tools down from the top on your toolbar. So let's go ahead and start with the rectangles. I've gone ahead and drawn two out to demonstrate the dropper tool, but let me go ahead and move these down for now. So we have the rectangle tool. Now if I left click and hold that, I have all of these shapes. So we have a rectangle, left click, highlight rounded rectangle, left click and drag, and you have your rectangle corner radius here. Okay, that can be changed. And then we have a circle. No options for that. And there is no options for the rectangle either. Now, you see I was moving a little fast, and if I zoom in here, you're going to see that it actually drew a shape. So if I come over here and I look at my layers panel, I have two circles here, but I really don't. I only have one. So if I choose this one and I delete it, let me undo that because that's actually my rounded rectangle. So I should only have three shapes. My rectangle, let me go to my selection tool. Alright, so this is the one that is called actually a ghost shape. And that's why I said in my documents panel layers to make sure you check your layers panel, because this can happen frequently if you're moving fast like I just did. Alright, so let me go ahead and delete that one. I will just hit delete on the keyboard, and then this one here is another shape that doesn't belong there. I can hit delete. Alright, so let's go back here. Alright, so I did circle, now I have a triangle, and then I have a polygon, which actually drew upside down. So let me go to my flip and flip it right side up. And I actually held the wrong key. So to duplicate something, if you hold the Alt key and click and drag, you're going to have a duplicate. And that's exactly what I just did, instead of holding the Shift key to move it straight down. Alright, so let me go ahead and select these and move them over a little bit. And then we have next star. So I will draw out a star. And then the last one we have is a spiral. Alright, now you can't see that. And the reason for that is if I come over here on the right hand side to my fill and stroke, I have no stroke color selected. Once I select a color, then you can see it. Alright, so you know, there's a lot of options for some of these tools. For some there is not. You can go ahead and play around with those and get used to using them. And here's, you know, check out your options for all your tools, because like I said, there's a lot. I mean, between this and your effects and oh my goodness. But I will be getting into those. Okay, so that does it for the rectangle tool. If you hover over it, it says rectangle. And it doesn't matter if you have the star selected, it's still going to say rectangle. Alright, so then the next tool we have is the dropper. Let me go ahead and grab this shape and this shape here, and I'll change the color on the polygon. All right, so for the dropper tool, if I want to change a color, whatever I have selected is the color that is going to be changed. So let's say I have this one. See, I'm moving too fast again. Do it all the time. I want to be red, and this one I want to be, did it again. Whew. Slow down, girl. All right, we'll do this color here. So now this is selected. If I go to my dropper and I click on this shape, it's going to change whatever is selected. So if I want this to be red and I click on red, it will change it to red. Okay. It's kind of a good way to keep, if you have a lot of shapes, it's a good tool to use to get the exact same color, because you could always go here and choose, you know, for basic color you could choose red, but if you made like a custom color over here, say, then it's a good use. The dropper tool is a good use to keep your colors together, right? So let me undo that, because I actually wanted to select this one and then select the dropper tool and click on this color. Okay, so that's the dropper tool. And then let me go ahead and select all of this and delete it. And then let's move down to the gradient. Now in my Documents panel, fill and stroke, I showed you how to make a gradient. So I went ahead and did that. Let me select this and delete it, select this and delete it, zoom out. All right. So here I have a gradient that I created. Now the gradient tool over here, all this does is changes the position of your gradient. All right. So you can play around with that as much as you would like. And the next tool we have is the knife tool. So let me go ahead and draw out a few shapes here. I'll draw out a square and a circle. And I will select the knife tool. Now you click outside of the shape. If you hold the shift, it will go straight up and let go. If I hold the shift key and go straight across and let go, now it doesn't look like anything happened, right? But if I select this and pull it apart, it actually did. Okay, so it's kind of like a slice tool, but in Design Space you have all this extra stuff that you have to delete, and here you don't. So that is kind of nice. All right, so let me go ahead and delete this and move back over here to this circle. Now if I want to do a diagonal line, I can go to my knife tool and click and hold shift, and it will bring it straight across. All right, and again select it and move it apart. Now these are open paths. If I want them closed, I can go to Path, Close Path, and it gives it a color. If I have a color selected over here, right? If I have no color selected, it's not going to give it a color. Right? So then this one, if I select it, I can also right click, Path, Close Path. Okay, so that's how that works. Now let me go back. I'll go ahead and delete this and draw out another circle, and Make sure I'm in the knife tool. If I left click here and hold shift, I can go straight across, but I can also rotate it diagonally. Now I know I just cut that, so let me go back. Alright, if I click, hold shift, draw a line out, I can rotate it. Alright. Once I let go and hit enter, then it is, well actually once I let go, it is a cut path. Alright. I will be going over more of this. I accidentally hit my crop tool. Sorry about that. I'll be going over more about the knife tool and the crop tool. So let me go ahead and select this here and delete it. And I will draw out another circle. And then I'll draw out a triangle. Alright, I'll change that color on the triangle. Okay, so now into my knife tool, if I left click and hold it down, I have a crop tool. With this crop selection only unticked, if I left click and draw a box around the images here and I hit enter, it's only going to save what was in my selected highlighted area here. Alright, now with it checked, I tried this earlier and it did not work for me. But what it's supposed to do is if I select the top part of this triangle here, and this is ticked up here, and I hit enter, oh, it actually worked this time. Great. It got rid of what the part of the shape that was not highlighted. All right, let me go back. If I highlight this triangle here and I hit enter, it saves what is selected. If I go over to the circle and I highlight half of the circle and I hit enter, see, nothing happened. And that's what it was doing to me earlier. So let me try this triangle again. And I hit enter and nothing's happening. And it should be. So I'm going to go ahead and report that. And hopefully they'll do an update and it will work properly. So that's a little bit about the crop tool and the knife tool. I will be getting into more in future videos. So the next video I'll go over some more tools, but for this video I'm done because Distort is going to be a little bit longer, but it is a fun tool. So thanks for watching.